Same night I'd been in there finishing painting on the inside, I'd come out here on the outside and started on it. And you know, I've got a little bit of cracks there you can see, and a little bit of overkill on some of the concrete. But when I built this, we hurried up and stacked it. Me and a buddy of mine, and we'd started on the first 4 runs, and then pretty much after that, it was mostly me until about the end on the top on the far side. My dad had come up and helped my neighbor Rick. But when you work 6 days a week, it's really hard to get anything done, and if you ain't working all that time, you ain't got the money. So I might get another coat of paint around the edges on the wood, and eventually bring a dozer in and take some of this bank off behind me. But I don't like much, probably 20-30 yards until I'm up at the top of the ridge, and bring a little bit of that dirt down and level it with my footer. Starting here, as you can see, my footer down through there, it rises, and it's a high step to get in right now, but I really don't want to build no steps on account of putting a little more block or putting a little more dirt out this way to get around. Pretty steep over the hill right here. I don't know if man can see it right now or not, but through the bushes there, you don't like 4 or 5 feet, and you know it's pretty sloped down. Nothing you'd want to get drunk and roll off of, but I believe it'll turn out. New roof, new tin. I had a little leftover, so I put it on the front side. This mostly the weather side as the wind comes up through the valleys here and hollers. Just didn't have nothing else to do, I'll be honest with you, that night, so I thought I'd use them 2 pieces of leftovers. I don't know if I'll cut my little tree there in front or not. I've come up a couple times this summer and cut the grass on it, at least weed eat it. Probably out through. I may do a little video later on once much sleep gets off. Thought about building a little deck or something out there, barbecue grill, cause you can look down in the hollers. A little bit of a pretty view. When I was talking about pushing that dirt out, that's the footer, and then we dropped the footer down right there, brought it on out. So I got a pretty high step right now for the door. I don't figure if a man rents a dozer, definitely within a weekend he'll have no trouble making a lot more room up here. Man set up his cornhole boards or horseshoes, and so many people 4-wheel out of this holler from back in there down that you got no trouble with people stopping by, send a message on Facebook, this, that, or post you out here. But other than that, nobody's bothered nothing up here. And you know, I don't have no door lock on. I've left my saws, lights, generator's been up here for like a year and something. There's a generator that I'd left up here, and I may get a little more paint on that before winter hits. But that's the distance you got going around. Now I've got an old F-250, and when I come up through here, as I come out, I mean, I got plenty of room to pull up, back, and then pull back out. I'm completely turned. But a lot of friends there, and a lot of people ride back through here, ride Jeeps and stuff. And as they come out this way, they, 10, 15 years ago, they knew it was a dead end because right below me here, it's just a gas well. I mean, the trail ends. And you take 4 or 5 years of people riding up through here, and they see a fresh dozer trail, they come out here, they know it dead ends. They quit riding out through here. And then it just grows up. I might show you a picture of that here in a minute. So, it become known to everybody, and then they know it don't go nowhere, so they just quit coming out through here. But now as far as traffic on up the holler, there's quite a bit. of families riding, and one or two stragglers, drunks, but again, I've had nobody bother nothing out through here. Wheelbarrow left my ladder over on the other side. So I think I'll be in pretty good shape past that. And I would try to zoom in on that gas line right there. If you can see it. Oh, right there. Right dead center. I believe that's a 6-inch, and then there's also right below me here is the actual gas line road. I believe this is a 2-inch. And I can't wait to tap at. Get me some free gas. But I may do a little more video on the way out of here. I'll show you the gas well road that nobody even travels anymore. Okay, up there is the top where my gate is, and my neighbors will come down, open my gate, and go on down here to a I don't know what that was, automatic focus or something, but gate's about right there. They'll come on down and check out the deer blind. But when the original road was here, before I'd made that dozer road there, they would come on down through here. And then there's the old gas well road that nobody rides no more. And then there's my road. Probably 100 yards, 150 yards out there to the cabin. So when I'd come up with the dozer, I just shot across this road right here that we're on and went on out. So we just shot down the hill. This was originally where I was going to build a cabin at. And it had a pretty good view in the fall here when I'd come down. And a big poplar patch out this way. But you really couldn't see nothing. At least from the cabin windows up there, I'll do a little more trimming in front. Pushing some of it over with the dozer, I'll be able to see down a big holler. But this was a nice little flat. I probably could have made a good looking spot here. But as long as it's took me to fix it up there, I mean, it's tough. It's tough getting everything up there, especially the block, the water. I was just hoping to get it done before November, and right now it's 1st of October. At least with a stove and some carpet down, maybe the sheetrock up. Me and Dad and a couple more could stay in it, a night or two while deer hunting. But my neighbors has got a PVC pipe feeder right there that they'd had up against that tree with their corn. It looks like the bears tore it down again. I'd get off and do a little walking around, but I ain't got nothing but flip-flops on. So I'll pass on that. That's their trail camera. Their block, pipe, corn. They've got a couple pictures of that black bear up here on it a couple times. But I've rambled on enough, and I'd like to add that I don't edit none of my videos. I just grab my cell phone. If I decide to make one, I make one. So don't be too harsh on judging.